So there's something that I honestly feel that God's been calling me to do. I, 2 weeks from today, will be my 1-year wedding anniversary. It will also be me 5 months separated from my husband, going through a divorce. The divorce was the hardest time in my life. This is not meant to be a bashing your ex-husband video or talking about anything negative like that, because I'm honestly past that. I'm to a point where God, I think, is wanting to work through me to help others. This is about me. This is about what women like me go through with this and why we marry men like that. Why we marry men who are abusers or narcissists or just someone who's not right for us, where we end up in divorce. So I want everyone to know that. And if you have negative comments, awesome. Keep them to yourself. You don't have to watch my video. Sorry if it's a little long. I want to get to a certain point, but I also want to be able to help anyone if I need it. This is to honestly, if I can help one person out there, then this is totally worth it for me. It's worth the ridicule. It's worth putting yourself out there for hundreds of people to judge. So first, my girlfriend, best friend, maid of honor, came to me on my wedding day. And a few times before that too, but I frankly remember this day the best. On my wedding day, and she asked me, "Are you sure?" I was like, "Of course I am. Of course I am. Like, I love him." But I paused in my own head. And I thought to myself, because you can't do any better. Why would you not love him? He provides for you. He's good looking. People love him. People will tell you you're stupid. And he's good enough. I can love him. It takes a lot for a person to admit they have settled. If for one moment, ladies, you ever think to yourself, this is good enough, I can't do any better, I'm okay, I'm content, run. Pick up anything you have, I don't care if it's nothing that you have, and you run. I thought I knew what happy was, and it's nothing compared to what I feel now. In the beginning of my divorce, I wanted to die. When a man tells you he no longer wants you after 7 months of marriage, when you were so desperately in love, you want to die. I didn't eat for 4 days straight. I lost 30 pounds within like a 21-day period. I was sick. I would literally think of this man and throw up, profusely just vomit. Granted, there's more to that story that doesn't need to be told to tell what I'm trying to help women through now. But codependence for women my age and even older is a very, very big situation anymore. And it's disheartening. I literally thought I could not be happy without him. My happiness depended on how he felt, how I made him feel, if I did enough for him, never for myself. When I met him 3 years ago, it was a harder time in my life. And he came to me and he told me that he kind of had the same background. And I was like, oh my goodness, a man that can love me for my flaws, love me for my mistakes. We're two broken halves, we make a whole, right? Wrong. If you are broken, you cannot love someone. and they cannot love you. I know you always hear you have to love yourself before you can love someone else. It's so cliche. You hear it from people who go, honey, I'm wiser, I'm older. But it's not words that will help you. It's a feeling. When you truly love yourself, when you're truly happy, it's not you wearing a smile. It literally comes from every part inside of you. It's such a beautiful, beautiful thing. Is having a man nice? Yes. Having the companionship nice? Yes. Do I still want myself married? Yes. I do. I like giving myself to a man. My heart, my emotions, everything. I loved being a wife. I loved being able to wake up next to that person beside you. And I know leaving is going to be the hardest thing you have ever done in your whole entire life. You honestly have to look at it like an addiction. You love him. You do love him. I know you do. But there's something so much more beautiful for you out there. So much more beautiful. You have to treat the time away from him as a withdrawal. You're going to not want to eat. You're going to scream. You're going to cry. Your body's going to hurt. You're going to have no energy. You're going to want to give up. You surround yourself with anyone. You pray all day long, and you don't pray and bargain. There's so many times I asked God, I was like, please let him see that he wants me. He needs me. Honey, he didn't want me. He didn't want me. And that's okay. Now it is. And it will be for you too. And the biggest thing is, I kept telling myself, I'm not going to find anyone else during this whole process. And I still haven't found anyone. That's not it. I'm still on that home stretch of my divorce. But the biggest issue is, there's something so much more powerful and beautiful that God has out there waiting for me. I honestly know in my heart I would have never left him if he hadn't filed for divorce. I would have been stuck in a very unhappy place where I was gaining weight, I was treated poorly, and I was not truly happy, and neither was he. And not what led up to the divorce and my ex-husband's actions afterwards, but my husband falling out of love with me and him taking that first step into divorce was the work of God. Most would think it was the work of the devil, but it was God. God knew I was not going to leave this man unless this happened. I was not going to find myself. I was not going to fix myself. I was not going to see that I was this beautiful, beautiful person who has so much to give someone. All of you are beautiful, and all of you have so much to give someone. You cannot be codependent on a man. I'm not saying that God agrees with my divorce. I understand that it's a sin. But he saw that I needed to be out of this unhappy, horrible situation I was in. This is going to be hard for you. But if he handed you this beautiful, beautiful thing on a silver platter, what would be the point of having him around to help you through all those horrible times, to be able to fall on your knees and pray to him and need him and believe in him, believe in his process? I'm in such a different spot now in my life than what I was. And that's God. and myself and realizing what I had to work on. And I hope that you realize what you have to offer someone. I hope it's helped. God bless.